87-year-old's final journey to Alaska had a twist no one expected. He had always dreamed of seeing the North, not on television with safe distance, but the raw, untamed version. Icy winds, mountains like jagged crowns, glaciers sparkling under the sun. His granddaughter Anna remembered him saying, even a decade ago, "If only I could breathe that air, just once." But life kept piling up. Work, illness, the routines of aging. Then came the verdict from doctors: terminal heart failure. His time was short. One evening he looked at Anna and said, "Let's go." Now or never, Anna planned the journey, and soon they were side by side on a plane bound for Juneau, Alaska. He was 87, his hands thin but steady, gripping hers as if anchoring himself. Outside the window stretched layers of cloud glowing gold. He stared at them like treasures, afraid to miss a single shape. There was peace in his expression, and also the joy of a child, finally given the adventure promised long ago. A flight attendant, a young woman with warm eyes, noticed them. She had seen thousands of passengers, but something about this quiet bond drew her in. The old man whispered. Anna listened with patient smiles. Curious, the attendant asked if everything was all right. Anna explained. This was his oldest wish, and most likely his last. The attendant nodded and slipped away. When she returned, she carried a small pin in a pouch and a folded note. She placed them in the old man's hands. Inside the note, written in neat script, were the words, "We're honored to fly with you today. Thank you for letting us be part of your journey." The old man lifted the paper close, as though the letters carried warmth. He read it again and again, then tucked it into the inside pocket of his jacket. For the rest of the flight, his fingers brushed the pin. To Anna, it seemed less like a souvenir and more like proof that kindness still existed. Kindness offered without asking, in the most ordinary of places. The weeks that followed were a gift. They strolled along the waterfront, listening to gulls wheel and cry. They watched icebergs drift past like ghostly ships. Sometimes he grew tired, pausing to catch his breath, but he never complained. More than once, he laughed and said, "I feel alive again, like I'm 20. Anna treasured those words, even while sensing how fragile this borrowed time was. One evening, after a quiet day, he sat by the window of their hotel room, gazing at the snowy peaks in the distance. The light faded into violet dusk. His breathing slowed, his head rested back, and somewhere between one heartbeat and the next, he drifted into sleep, and did not wake again. At the funeral, Anna carried the folded note. When the time came, she slipped it into the pocket of his coat, just above his heart. To her, it symbolized not only his last adventure, but the grace of strangers who show compassion when the world feels coldest. A piece of paper, scribbled quickly during a flight, had become a sacred memory, a reminder that even the smallest act can change the shape of a life, or make its final chapter glow brighter.